ENHYPEN's Golden Disc Awards Dance Practice. Dance Break. Part 1. I'm not gonna lie though, it's kind of hard to say for some reason. But y'all know the deal. I'm gonna go and break it down. I don't think it's gonna be that in depth, to be honest. Just because the video in itself is pretty short. I think it's gonna be more of a reaction than anything. But I will still highlight my favorite moments and talk about why some parts are cool. So let's get right into it, baby. And I like how there's props everywhere and how there's formations to give the stage in or dance practice room more of a environment. They're not just doing choreo, they're doing choreo centered around the props. Love that. Yeah, step on that shit. God damn, bro. They're so cool, bro. Aggressive here. Fast choreo. Love the accent choreo in the back as well. Yeah, throw that shit. Damn, I got so immersed. Oh, okay. I thought that was over. I swear to God, that was over. Nice, nice. Got partner work here. Floor work. Y'all look at each other. What's up? What's up? Damn. Like I said, man, they're so sick. Anyway, y'all know we're running it back. We're running it back. So one of the great things about using props and just having like a shit ton of stuff happening, where it's not necessarily like where the performance in itself is not centered around just doing choreography. The really cool thing about this is that they set up some sort of like environment, you know, obviously kind of like an office, because you know, they got office chairs, they got tables, they're passing binders or folders around, right? And so it's cool here in this very first section is the fact that they kind of just start us off with these or we're almost like highlighting the folders in a way, and we just eventually get to this long table and they just start doing choreo, right? But again, the reason why I like pointing this part out, or I like talking about props in general, or like I appreciate the appreciation of props, is the fact that they're not just putting them there to be there. They're actually using them. They're moving the tables around, they're moving the chairs around, they have choreography around the table, on the chair. So that's a really big thing with props, is that you can't just be like, let's just put some shit here and then not ever touch them while we perform on stage. It just wouldn't make sense. Yeah. The coolest thing about this is the fact that there's some sort of environment, right? Now this part with the folders I think is really cool, because it's not necessarily here to do like choreography in terms of like dancing, but rather to create a visual. That's so goddamn cool, bro. And he's like, yeah, he stepped on that shit, bro. He's like, yeah, whatever. I'm gonna step on that shit and walk off the table. You know what I mean? That shit. Look at that shit. He low-key kind of floated too off the table. It's not like he jumped off. He kind of had, for somehow he kind of slowed down the fall. I don't know how to explain that. See, now here, when we get to this part, I know I just paused right before they actually start dancing here, but I like the fact that, again, they're sitting on the chairs and they're actually using the props and actually having choreography that will end up having them use the chairs. Damn. This is where we actually get into the choreo. Yeah. Throw the paper. Throw the paper. So here, I think this is really the only part. Aside from the chair part, this is going to be the only part that's more like dancey, if that makes any sense. Because it's more like the rest of the video, or the earlier part of the video, was more about setting up that entire environment, you know, going around the table, the chairs, the folders, right? And here we get this really small section of them doing just really aggressive choreo and very powerful movement to finish off this section. Damn. I still also like the fact that they still created more levels by using the tables in the back. So even then, like, we have ENHYPEN in the front, right, where they're literally on the floor, and then we have other dancers on top of a table. It creates more of like a, you know, level 1, level 2, like, or a low level and a high level without actually getting onto the, like, doing floor work. Throw that shit. Throw that shit. So what I really like about this section is the fact that we'll have, you know, partner work, but also power between, or not power between them, but power in the way that they dance. And ENHYPEN has this thing where I think when it comes to a song that has very loud basses, or very loud basses in the back, or like a lot of musicality in the back, they tend to really add the extra oomph in the energy. So they're not just throwing the energy, it's like controlled, but it feels very enforcing, if that makes any sense. I don't know how to explain that any further, but that's the way that I like to explain in the way that ENHYPEN dances or performs. It's more on the aggressive side without being overly aggressive. Now, the thing about partner work too is that you also have to be patient and have some sort of, obviously, some sort of chemistry. And since they've been dancing together for a while and performing together for a while, I like the fact that you can actually see that they match each other really well. Even though if, obviously they're two different people, they're gonna have two different dancing styles, they still match each other really well, which is very important when it comes to looking, like, let's say looking synchronized, right? If you want to really have that illusion, you have to be able to match each other and be on the same page when it comes to like chemistry or just matching moves in general. Being synchronized isn't like, it's not always a good thing. I'm going to put that out there as well, but if that's the goal, the whole point is to really try to look like each other. Here, what I really like is that they're not out dancing each other, but rather complementing each other's movements. Damn. Let's go, y'all. Yeah. I know it's a super short like video that they had, but there was a lot to actually take in, and I really like the fact that they had like a duo section or a partner section, and yeah, that shit was dope, man. All I'm gonna say is I feel like every time I watch ENHYPEN perform, I feel cooler. I don't know what that is. I actually don't know how to explain that. Hey, ENHYPEN stance, explain it for me. I'm not gonna lie, I actually don't know how to explain it, because it's just, I think it's just the way that they perform. I think y'all know what I'm talking about. So like, tell me in the comments down below, like, how to even explain that, because that's how I feel every time I watch them.